My name is Anna Escalada York, and I'm the Franklin Tag Facilitator. And I wanted to take this opportunity to talk to you about tag services and tag identification process at Franklin and the district. So tonight we're going to talk about a variety of subjects that have to do with tag. So we're going to talk about our vision statement, laws, and the definitions around tag here in the district, nomination and identification processes, our structure for services at the district, parent-teacher connections, instructional strategies for all students, building plans, and individual tag plan requests. Just to start this out, I just wanted to make sure everybody has met me, at least electronically. My name is Anna Escalada York. I'm the tag facilitator at Franklin. My email is up on the screen right now, or if you were to call the office and just ask for the tag facilitator, they'll get a message to me. If you would prefer to talk to an administrator, Julie Ryerson is the vice principal at Franklin that's in charge of tag, and her email is also listed on the screen. So our vision statement for this current school year is as follows. So encouraged by the PPS equity policy and community input, we are investing in improvements like never before in our effort to create a program to meet the unique and diverse needs of all students. We will collaborate with all neighborhood schools to support programs where we can better address all TAG students' needs, develop and nurture students who show potential for demonstrating high levels of critical thinking, and establish a pathway to positive partnerships with families. TAG students will form a community of collaborative learners who have the necessary skills to positively impact the world around them. So there are laws that help inform how the district and schools provide your student with services. So just two quotes that kind of help us understand our mandate. So the quotes are, school districts shall identify talented and gifted students enrolled in public schools under rules adopted by the State Board of Education. We'll talk about identification and nomination a little bit later. And then the second quote is, school districts shall provide educational programs or services to talented and gifted students enrolled in public schools under rules adopted by the State Board of Education. What does it mean to be a talented and gifted student? It's defined as a group of students who demonstrate an exceptional ability in a particular area. Per federal regulations, these students have a score between the 97th and 99th percentile, meaning that they are performing at the highest level in comparison to their peers. In addition, talented and gifted potential students are defined as a group of students who demonstrate an advanced or even exceptional ability in a particular area and score between the 95th and 96th percentile in that area. Through the use of an assessment tool and process, the district may identify students who have potential to perform at high levels, either in talent or giftedness. So there are three areas of identification for tag services in our district, and those include intellectual ability, academic math, and academic reading. And that can be for either tag identification or tag potential identification. So for example, you could be considered tag for academic math or tag potential for academic math. Regardless of being identified as being tag in that area or tag potential in that area, your student would still be getting the same level of services. They're both identification levels are considered tag and would be getting the same services. If your child is not currently identified in one of those areas and you feel that they need to be assessed to determine their eligibility, you may nominate your child for assessment. This takes us to the identification process. So once a parent and the teacher have discussed the tag nomination, the tag identification begins. So the first step really is the classroom teacher or the parent notifies me, the building tag facilitator, that they are nominating a student. You do that through a Google form. That Google form link has been sent out via our school newsletter. It's also up on our website. If you need me to, I'm more than happy to send you that link directly in an email. You just let me know. But again, you're letting me know by completing that form that you would like your student to be identified and go through the nomination process. So, in addition, teachers can also start the process by nominating their students, and then once they filled out the teacher form, I would then contact you and let you know that one of your student's teachers has nominated your student, and then you get to choose if you'd like to proceed with the process. So, something to note on bullet point number 2 is that each school has a specific form, a specific Google form associated with their school. So, there's a specific set of forms for Franklin that come to me. So, if you have like a younger student or other students outside of Franklin that you would like to nominate, you have to get the form from their school. Because if not, then I'm getting the nomination information for a student for a different school and I wouldn't know where to send them. If you need help getting the Google form for the a different school, please feel free to email me because I can get that. But I just can't help you if you've nominated them in the Google form. So, then after the 2 Google Forms have come in, I'm sending out any other forms that might need to be done, either to teachers or to you, or whatever needs to be completed. I also gather some other information behind the scenes. That's step 4. All the Google Form nominations, both yours and the teachers, need to be submitted to me through those Google Forms by the 3rd of December. And then at that point, a tag proctor or TOSA was going to be working with me to schedule assessments, and those would be happening after winter break, maybe into February, just depending on scheduling. If there's existing data from map testing for math or reading, we'll use those. So then, after all the assessments have been done, the school tag team, which includes myself and an administrator, reviews the data and then makes a final identification decision to determine if your student is tag or not. And then the district tag office sends letters to let you and your family know of your student's tag eligibility. Tag services are provided by the classroom teacher in Portland Public Schools. So there's no special classrooms at the high school level where they would be getting tag services. They happen within each of your students' classes. We are required by law to meet your students' rate and level of learning. So the rate specifically refers to their rate of learning, and it's a measure of the pace at which a student successfully progresses through the curriculum after being placed at the appropriate level. The level of learning is a student's instructional level in the curriculum. So the place where the student will be successful, but will still encounter knowledge and skills that he or she has not learned or mastered. So again, having them go at the pace where they need to be, but also actually learning new things. We're encouraging you to set up meetings to meet with your children's teachers, your students' teachers, to discuss your student, right? So who are they as a learner? What are they interested in? And how do they learn most effectively? Because we know that you, as a student's family, know them best. And you can share things with us like what's been effective in the past and any struggles that your student may have had previously, and open a dialogue around supporting your students' learning at home as well. Please don't feel like you need to wait till parent-teacher conferences in November to do this. So just a few strategies that we use to address a student's rate and level of learning. So those include flexible grouping, tiered lessons, curriculum acceleration, compacting, independent studies, and independent projects, and then high-level questioning. Going faster is not the answer. So we really are encouraging students to dig deeper, uh, explaining why or how things are happen, defending their reasoning and conclusions, and making real world applications in new situations. Tag students should be spending a lot of their time in school functioning at level 3 and 4 in the depth of knowledge framework. So this includes using strategic thinking, so having your students investigate things, drawing conclusions, hypothesizing, revising, and critiquing, or using extended thinking, so designing, proving, synthesizing, connecting, and applying concepts to what they're learning. So this slide, to be honest, is really meant for younger students. Um, it does not apply to any high school students, but on the off chance you have a younger sibling at home or you need more information for students that are younger than high school, that would apply to them. So single subject acceleration is basically where you would have a student move up a grade for a single subject, right? Applications are open now. They've been open for a while. They will be closing soon if they haven't already. The final decisions need to be made by October 11th, which is in about a week. So it's available to students that are currently in grades 2 through 5 at the elementary school level, and then in 7th grade in the Common Core areas. For this school year, because of distance learning last year, we're also considering single subject for this current school year. That's not typically the case. So again, if your student is needing to move up for this school year, the 21-22 school year, the fall applications need to be cited by October 11th, and that would take them through this school year. If you're looking for changes for next school year, so 2022 to 2023, there is a window that's going to be happening in the spring, and that would help, the team would make those decisions in June for the next school year. Qualified students will be placed in the next math course in the math pathway. So for example, if your students in 2nd grade, they'd move up to 3rd. If they're in 6th grade, they'd move up to 7th. Schools will use data from MAP assessments administered in the fall and spring to determine which students are eligible for a single subject acceleration. Student maturity, desire for accelerated coursework, family support, and teacher recommendations will be considered as well. Each individual school has a building tag plan, including Franklin. They are located on the school's website and uploaded to the district tag website by the end of October. So if you ever would like, you have the option of requesting an individual tag plan. If after you've tried to meet with one of your students' teachers and you still have questions concerning the rate and level of instruction and assignments happening within that class, or if you need a greater clarity about the tag services provided in the school or by a specific teacher, this would be the time where you'd want to ask about an individual tag plan. Of course, if you ever have questions or concerns and you just want to talk about them with a teacher or myself, we would love to talk to you as well at any time. So some places where you can get information around tag news or possible events coming up. So the first place is really from your classroom teachers, us as building tag facilitators, and the Franklin administration. Um, Periodically, when things come up, there'll be information that goes out in the Franklin newsletter that gets sent home every week via email from Mr. Frazier. And that might have opportunities for your students or other tag news. The second one is, again, the bulletin board, the physical one that we have in our school, which is next to the front office, also on our website, and any websites or newsletters from your classroom teachers as well. Then at the district level, the district does send out periodically emails to tag families with news or information. And then finally, the district website. So if you have a concern about your child's needs, you would want to start by trying to talk to your student's teacher in that specific area. In addition, if you'd like, you can talk to me at any time. If you feel like your questions have not been answered by your teacher, again, my name is Anna York. I'm the tag facilitator. If you feel like that still you'd like some more support or you need some more information, you can schedule a meeting with Julie Ryerson, who again is the administrator at Franklin in charge of TAG. And then you can also turn to the district TAG office for additional support. And the emails for people to talk to are on their website. And then finally, the TAG website itself at the district office. So some resources, if you would like to help support your students. One place I definitely would suggest looking into is Oregon Talented and Gifted. It's OTAG. That's our local advocacy and information organization in Oregon for tag families and teachers. It has a lot of great resources. They have their yearly conference coming up on the 16th of October. If you're interested, it's online, so makes it a little bit more accessible for people to go. The district tag office this year, we have a new director. His name is Matt Eady. And then currently we're waiting for our tag TOSA at Franklin to be hired. Meanwhile, Kim Burlston, who's listed here as being the tag TOSA in Cleveland and Roosevelt, is stepping in to serve that role until we have our new tag TOSA hired. And then finally, Lisa Draper is our data clerk. And again, just as a reminder, um, my name and Julie Ryerson's name are up on the screen, and really we're your first line of defense if you need any support at Franklin. And we would love to talk to you at any time. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and we look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.